What's up, y'all? It's Fro. Today I'll be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 8, Episode 1. The episode begins with Martell's arrest and the cast members' reaction to the news.
Martell Holt was arrested. Holt is charged with domestic violence in the third degree.
Now, most of us are not really surprised to see that Martell has been arrested because we already know that through social media, he was arrested back in January. Stormy and Courtney read an news article together regarding Martell's arrest. And Courtney states that he believes Melody is just being vindictive by filing these charges against Martell. Melody is increasing the security at her home and discussing the arrest with her brother Marcus. And she expresses her fear of possible retaliation from Martell, so she wants to get ahead on safety just in case. Martell and his mother Marlene sit down to share their thoughts on the arrest, and neither of them believe the texts were serious enough for the police to be involved. Both agree that this will have a negative impact on the children. And Marlene says that Martell's been a great father, a great husband. He made a mistake and he owned up to it. One thing I could say right, wrong, or indifferent, that's Marlene's boy, and she gonna stick beside him.
I'm gonna stick beside him.
That's what you're going to settle for.
I'm gonna stick beside
We've
him.
already seen and heard about Martell's affair during his marriage and constant stalking and harassment of Melody since they've been apart. So I can't say I agree about him being a great husband or that the texts weren't alarming. While I do wish that things wouldn't have made it to a point where charges have been filed and they're just absolutely not in a good place, Martell has to do better. If you want to change the narrative, you gotta show something different. Stormy and Nell weigh in on the arrest. Nell expresses that she doesn't agree with the filing of the charges because they have children together and this will affect the children negatively. But talking about the situation versus being in the situation are completely different, so she doesn't really know what she would do. Stormy and Nell also discuss Keke's run-in with bloggers and content creators. Stormy says Keke was blaming her mother for leaking some scene information before it aired, but audio and screenshots from content creators revealed that it was actually Keke who was sharing scenes.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Destiny is back this season, and she stops by to visit Tisha, who has made some progress on her Airbnb. Destiny brings Tisha up to speed on her boyfriend Moses, who is now married to her old producer Sonny. Destiny feels betrayed by both, and Tisha thinks that she should reach out to them and let them know how she feels. Destiny says her and Sonny were close, but on the other hand, Sonny said in a radio interview that she and Destiny just worked together. And she didn't know much about Destiny, nor did she know much about Moses, but she did say she met Moses through Destiny and started to see him at various events she attended. I would have stayed away from Moses because I would be concerned about his true intentions. Are you an opportunist? Are you hanging out with me because I'm connected to the show? You've already dated someone who was on the show.
It was
No,
about
because I could have been on any show. I really could.
But they're married now, so we'll just have to stay tuned. Carlos hosts his first live Reality with the King show and has Melody as his special guest. Carlos takes a moment to dispel Martell's claims that he and the rest of the cast are actors, and he was begged to bring Melody flowers in the last season.
You'll never hear God children begging or asking for nothing.
It seems more like Martell was upset things just didn't go his way. And I don't really know what he expected because they had a huge blowout in Houston when he accused Melody, yet again, of cheating.
Out of here.
Carlos and Melody went on to discuss Martell's recent arrest, and Melody basically said enough was enough. Carlos shocks everybody by bringing Sonny and Moses to the stage, and that's where we end the episode. If I were Melody, I think I would have to exit stage left. I wouldn't want any parts of this mess. Her and Destiny are no longer friends, and I just wouldn't want it to seem like I'm being petty. But we'll see how this all turns out in the next episode. This episode brings you up to speed on what's been going on between now and last season. A lot of it has played out on social media, but if you haven't been in the YouTube and IG streets, this was a good summary of events with a few hints of what's to come for future episodes. There's a new couple, and it looks like Martell might have had some dealings with the new lady, so it's going to be an interesting season. Thanks so much for tuning in with me. I'll be back next week to review episode 2. Before you go, please like and comment on this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.